so we can start in a seat. Either sitting on your block or sitting on your pillow. Take any movement that you need to settle in for just a short little meditation to start. So if you need to move the shoulders, rock the head side to side, just create a little bit of space of the neck across the collarbones. Create a little bit more space for your lungs to expand. So even as you sit up a little bit taller, notice maybe the front side of your body expands with ease a little bit more. And you can let your eyes close if that's helpful to settle in, to draw inward a little more than before. You can lessen the distractions from the things around you that might call your attention. They'll still be there. But take this time, these next few moments, just to focus on your breath. So a big breath in. A long exhale out. And take a few more like that, just noticing maybe the natural rhythm or cadence of your breath. Maybe as a result of just becoming aware of your breath, you start to take bigger inhales, slower exhales. And again, take a big breath in, slightly hold at the top. And as you exhale, maybe open up the mouth to let out like this slow sigh until you're totally empty. Pause. And then again, take a breath in. Pause. And then a slow breath out. Notice the pause at the bottom. Take one more like that on your own, breathing in to pause at the top. And then breathing out so slow that you notice the pause once you're empty. And then just take a natural breath in. Natural breath out. And start by drawing your chin down towards your chest. Roll your right ear over to the right. And then back through center, left ear over to the left. And back down through center. And start to lift your chin, lift your face. Feel the front of your throat stretch a little bit more and then come back to neutral. You can even blink the eyes open if you'd like and take a breath in or reach the hands up and overhead as you inhale. So nice. And then as you exhale, twist over to the right. Opposite hand, opposite knee. And then inhale back up through center. Exhale, twist over to the left. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, twist to the left. And then inhale, back up through center. I want you to twist to the right again. Left hand can come to your right thigh or to your knee. And then as you inhale, reach your right hand back up to the sky, face the front. I want you to cross your right arm on top of the left. And then start to lift your fingertips. So you can find either eagle arms here or your hands can grab onto your shoulders. Whatever feels better, take a breath in. See if you can lift the elbows, lift the face, lift the chin. Create that space through the front side of the body to take that bigger inhale. Let the lungs fill up. And then as you exhale, start to round forward. Think like cat in the spine, but then draw your chin down towards your chest. So you feel your upper back almost spread apart a little bit more. And then do that again. Inhale, lift the elbows, lift the hands, lift the face. And then as you exhale, round in. We'll do that a few different ways today. So inhale, come back up through center, back to neutral, and then unravel the arms, take them out like a T, take a breath in, send the back of your hands back. Now you get to squeeze that space between your shoulder blades, maybe lift the chin if that feels good. And then as you exhale, start to bring your hands together in front of your face. And you'll interlace your fingers, flip your palms forward, and then reach them up and overhead. Take a breath in, look up to your pinky finger. And then as you exhale, release. And then switch what shin or ankle is in front. Sitting up nice and tall again. You need to shake out the legs. We've been in a seat for a while. Shake them out, roll up the ankles, and then come back to that seat. Take a breath in, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand will meet your left knee. Now you can keep it there and then reach the left hand back up and overhead, face the front. Let the left arm cross on top of the right. Lift the fingertips or bring them to your shoulders, your choice. Eagle arms, breath in to rise and open up through the front, and then exhale, curl in, like contract in to feel the back expand. One more like that. Inhale, open up through the front, lift, and then exhale, round in. And then come back to neutral. Unravel the arms, they're out like a T, palms forward, but send the back of the hands back enough to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Maybe lift the chin to really open up through the front. So nice. And then take your hands together in front of your heart, just long arms, right? And then interlace the fingers, press the palms forward, and then lift them up, look up. One more big breath in here. Awesome. And then release, walk the hands in front of you, find tabletop pose. We'll meet there. You can move that pillow or bolster or blanket, whatever you have, or all of the above, maybe off to the side. And then once you're in tabletop pose, spread your fingers wide. Toes can be tucked under or untucked, your choice. And find a few rounds of cat-cow. So dropping the belly, lifting the tailbone and lifting the chin, face. So you can feel the front of the body expand for the inhale. And then as you exhale, press into your hands, round your upper back and curl in, maybe chin to chest on the exhale. Do that one more time. Inhale, slowly expand through the front. And then exhale to expand through the back. And come back to neutral. Walk your hands up your thighs enough to rise up onto your knees. Step your right foot forward. So you're coming into a lunge. Now take a breath in, reach your hands up and overhead. Left hand forward, right hand goes back. You find that twist again. So you'll revisit this. Now right arm will rise. Let it stack on top of the left, creating that X shape. Lift the fingertips, eagle arms. Take a breath in, lift up, rise up. And then exhale, curl in. Think elbows inside of your right knee. One more like that. Inhale, rise up, open up. And exhale, curl in. Keep pressing down through your front foot for stability. And then rise up to neutral. Arms out like a T, palms open up. Take the back of the hands back. Maybe lift the chin. Exhale, hands come together out in front of you. Interlace the fingers, press them forward. One more big breath in to open up through the front, rise up. And then exhale, release. Bring your hands inside your right foot. Tuck your back toes, lift the back knee up. Now find a wide leg forward fold, parallel the feet, facing the long edge of your mat. Drop your head down. You can shake your head, yes, no. Open and close your mouth a few times, softening the jaw. Good place to do it. And take a halfway lift here. Think chest parallel to the ground. Start to turn your heels in, your toes out, and bend your knees. Walk your hands up to your thighs, and then you'll just lift your torso up. So coming into horse pose or goddess pose. Take a breath in to reach your arms up and overhead. And then as you exhale, bend through the elbows, find goalpost arms. See if your upper back can work a little harder. Just one more like that. Inhale. This time, straighten the legs, parallel the feet on the inhale. Reach up a little higher, and then exhale, toes turn back out, bend your knees, bend through the elbows, goalpost arms. So nice. And then inhale, rise up, find warrior two, facing the front of your mat, bend your right knee. So good. And then reverse your warrior. Right hand rises, reach up, maybe even look up. And start to cartwheel your hands down, coming to a lunge. Frame your right foot. Now you can stay here, or your left hand can come onto your block. That's where I like to place it. And then as you inhale, see if you can reach your right hand up to the sky and look over to the right. So you find this twist in the spine. One more breath in. Awesome. And then drop your right hand down. Your left knee will plant. One more inhale to reach both hands back up to the sky. And then right knee comes to meet your left. Hook your thumbs overhead, elbows wide, lift the chest up. And then release your hands down. Come back to tabletop pose. Spreading the fingers wide. Take a breath in to lift the heart, cow pose. And then exhale, press into your hands, round your back, drop your head, cat pose. Come back to neutral. See if you can walk your hands slightly forward. Stay on your knees, but lower all the way down to your belly. So thinking about that theme that I've been touching on, this expanding through the front on your inhale. I want you to tent your fingers out to your sides and come up to cobra on your next inhale. So press the tops of the feet down, let the chest rise up. And then exhale, release to the ground. So really using your breath. I want you to take two more. Inhale, rise up and expand. Squeeze the legs, and then exhale, lower. So it's not about how high you go, but just think about that inhale expands through the front. And then exhale, you find ease and release. Hands under your shoulders. Press through child's pose if that feels good. Bend through the knees, hips back towards your heels. Arms can be long out in front of you. Stay here, take a full breath in. Big breath out. And then rock back, hands and knees. Tabletop pose. Walk the hands up your thighs. You'll rise up onto your knees. And then just step your left foot forward. Coming back to that familiar movement, reach the arms up and overhead, breathe in. This time, right hand forward, left hand goes back. You find a twist. Reach the left hand back up. Let that arm cross on top of the right. Lots of rights and lefts. And then lift your fingertips up, eagle arms, breath in to lift the elbows, lift the face. And then exhale to curl in. One more like that. Inhale to rise up, to expand and open up through the front. Exhale to curl in. And you'll come back to neutral, arms out like that T shape, palms forward, but send the hands further back behind you. And then exhale, they collect together in front of you. Interlace the fingers, press them palms forward, reach them up and overhead. One more inhale. Awesome, release. Hands come down inside the left foot. You can tuck the back toes, lift the back knee up. Look to the right, face the long edge of your mat, that wide leg forward fold. Let your head drop. Again, shake yes, no. You can soften the knees, maybe bend one, then the other. Let gravity do a little bit more work for you here. So you have like this time, this opportunity to feel the muscles in your neck, possibly release a little more. Won't spend a whole lot of time upside down. So take this moment and walk your hands up underneath your shoulders, halfway lift. Bring your heels in, your toes out, enough to bend your knees. Walk your hands up your thighs. You'll rise up to that horse pose or goddess pose. Take a breath in, reach arms up and overhead, but stay low in the legs, and then bend the elbows wide like a goalpost. Awesome. Now straighten the legs, parallel the feet. So you need to reach your hands up and overhead, like you're really, really reaching for something up on the ceiling. And then as you exhale, heels in, toes out, bend your knees, bend your elbows. So nice. And then rise back up on the inhale. Warrior two, bending your left knee on your exhale. And see if you can, rather than like leaning a lot forward in warrior two, I want you to think about your right hand almost pulling you back. So your shoulders are almost stacked over your hips, or that's what we're like aiming for. So less of this, more of this. Then reverse from here. Left hand will rise. And then cartwheel the hands down, finding that low lunge, maybe reaching for your block. So your back heel is lifted. You can readjust that front foot. You need it to go a little wider to the left. Awesome. Right hand stays, left arm will rise. You twist to the left. One more big breath in. And lower the left hand down, lower the right knee down. Reach both hands high. Left knee comes to meet the right. Hook thumbs overhead, elbows wide, lift the chest up, look up. And you release your hands, walk them forward. Tabletop pose. That firm base, find it. Take a breath in, lift the chest, lift the tail, cow pose. Breath out, press into your hands around your back, chin to chest, cat pose. And walk your hands forward, coming into that plank on your knees, and then slowly lower onto your belly. Now, really this time, point your toes back behind you. I want you to really focus on pressing the tops of your feet into the mat. So you can fire up almost like the back of your legs a little more. Tent your hands, find that wide cobra pose on the inhale. And then this time, send your left shoulder forward, look to your right elbow. As you like dip that shoulder, look over to the right. Should feel good. And then inhale back up to center. Right shoulder forward, look to the left, or it doesn't, and you just skip it. You find regular cobra, and then inhale back up through center. Exhale, release. Hands under your shoulders. First, press to hands and knees. Then maybe the knees come a little bit wider or they stay close together. Find child's pose. Drop your head down. Feel your low back lengthen. Come back to that awareness of your breath. Long inhale. Long exhale. So nice. And then shift to your hands and your knees. Okay, so we have one more round of that, but just adding on a little bit from that first sequence we took on each side. So start to walk your hands up your thighs. You'll rise up onto your knees, and we'll take one breath per movement. So take it at your own pace, of course. Step your right foot forward. Inhale to reach your hands up and overhead. Exhale, left hand forward, right hand goes back. Right arm will rise. Let it stack on top of the left. Find eagle arms. Take a breath in to lift up just one time. And then exhale to round in. Inhale to rise up to neutral. Arms out like a T. Send the back of the hands behind you. Open up through the front. And exhale, bring it together. Interlace the fingers. Press the palms forward and up as you breathe in. Take the hands down inside the right foot as you breathe out. Tuck the back toes. Lift the knee. Wide leg forward fold. Facing the long edge of your mat. Take one inhale to lengthen. And exhale to drop the head and fold. And then inhale to lengthen again. Start to bring your heels in, toes out, bend your knees, rise up to goddess pose. Inhale to reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, bend the elbows wide. Like goalpost, awesome. And then straighten the legs, parallel the feet, reach arms up and overhead, stretch, stretch, stretch. Right into warrior two. So bend your right knee. Inhale to reverse, right arm will rise. Extended side angle, right forearm to your right thigh, left arm alongside your ear. One more big breath in here. Back to warrior two. Now start to just step, nothing so fancy here. Just step your left foot to meet your right at the top of your mat. Land in mountain pose, palms facing forward. Shrug your shoulders as you inhale. Feel the chest open and let the shoulders release as you exhale. Now start to bend your knees, sit back into chair pose. Sweep the arms up and overhead. And then find eagle arms on the other side. So I want you to wrap the left arm under. Left arm under. Shift weight into that right foot and bring your left leg over. So you can always keep the ball of your, or the base of your left big toe, right? Or the tip of your toe on the ground for support. If you want it at a challenge, maybe pick it up off the ground. You might feel a little wobbly, that's okay. You might fall, no big deal. See if you can lift your elbows up a little bit wherever you are. Take one more breath in. So nice, drop your left foot down. Stand all the way up as you reach the arms up and overhead, let them unravel. And just bring your hands to your heart center, pause. Take one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, close your eyes. After all of that movement, can you find just a moment of stillness? And even though you aren't finding positions that expand the front of your body, can you, in stillness, create that space on the inhale? Ease on your exhale. Do that a few more times. Breathe in and out. Last one. Expand somewhere, right? You feel that expansion happen under your palm. Ease on your exhale. So nice. And open the eyes, take in a little more light. Sweep the arms up and overhead, big breath in to reach up, maybe even look up. Softly bend the knees and fold forward, hinging at the hips. Take a halfway lift here, hands to your shins, look forward. And you can bring your hands down. Now it's your choice. You can step back to down dog. If you want a moment there, you can bend your knees, maybe pedal out the feet, press into the hands a little more. but then also send weight towards your feet, towards the back of your mat. Or you can come down to your knees, tabletop pose. We all meet there. So take a few more rounds of breath wherever you need them to be. And then take a round of cat-cow. Inhale to lift the heart. Exhale, press into your hands, round your back, drop your head. And back to neutral, walk your hands up your thighs. So here we go, left side, step your left foot forward. You're almost there. Lots of movement today. Reach your hands all the way up and overhead, breathe in. And then as you exhale, right hand forward, left hand back. Left hand will rise overhead, let it stack on top of the right, and then lift the fingertips, lift the elbows, eagle arms, inhale. Exhale, round in. Just one time. Inhale to come back to neutral. And then take the arms out wide like a T, send the back of your hands back. And then exhale, bring your hands in front of you, interlace the fingers, press the palms forward, rise up on the inhale. And then exhale, release hands inside the left foot, tuck the back toes, lift the knee, wide like forward fold. You're not here long. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, drop the head. And then inhale back to halfway lift, heels in, toes out, bend your knees, rise up to goddess. Inhale, reach arms overhead. Exhale, bend the elbows wide like goalposts. Now straighten the legs, parallel the feet, reach high towards the ceiling. And then left toes turn forward, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle, forearm to your thigh, right arm alongside your ear. One more big breath in here to create that expansion. And then back to warrior two. Now look to the top of your mat, step your right foot there. You land in mountain pose, palms forward, breathe in. Open your mouth, nice sigh out. Bend your knees, chair pose. So nice. Now it's the right arm that wraps under. Last time with eagle arms, we've like done it enough, right? And then your right leg comes on top. Find what you need. And maybe it's that action of like hugging in towards like what you think is your center line. And if you think of like what you would balance on being your center. From there, just pause for 3, 2, 1, release it all, stamp the right foot down, reach all the way up overhead, maybe even look up. Hands come to your heart. And then again, one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, eyes open or closed. And then just become aware. 3 rounds of breath just to notice. Maybe even notice where your mind wants to go in moments of stillness when you don't have someone telling you where your hands, your foot should be, something else to focus on. Can you just be okay with focusing on something simple as your breath? One more together. Inhale. Full exhale. Release arms up and overhead. Stand up nice and tall. Maybe even look up. Softly bend the knees, hinge at the hips, and fold forward. And take a halfway lift, hands to your shins. You can place your hands down, step back to that down dog if you choose, or drop your knees down. We all meet there, tabletop pose. Take what you need. Maybe it's a few more rounds of cat-cows. Maybe it's lateral movement, side to side. Your last time here, so take whatever it is for these last few breaths. And make your way to a seat. Your legs out in front of you, give them a shake. And make sure you have enough space behind you, and you might want to have that pillow close by. Maybe even a block comes with you if you want it for underneath your head. But you'll have that pillow close by, and you'll slowly lower all the way down to your back here. You can take a long body stretch, arms overhead, toes point forward. So nice. And then arms down along your sides, bend your knees, plant your feet. Now with that pillow nearby, you have a few choices. If you'd like to take a supported bridge pose, you can press your feet down, lift your seat up, and slide that pillow or bolster underneath your low back. And you get to like rest it right on top, and then you get to let your arms land where they want to land. But you'll keep the back of your head on the ground, and your feet can just be placed about hips width distance apart. If they want to be wider and your knees want to knock together, that's also an option, but not a requirement, of course. So just take this moment with your hips slightly elevated. It's like a nice gentle inversion with your hips higher than your heart, also a supported back bend at the same time, where you get to expand through the front as you breathe in. Open your mouth and ease on your exhale. Now, of course, you can stay here if this feels like grounding and exactly what you need. If you'd like a little bit more of an inversion here, you can lift your legs up towards the sky for just a supported Viparita Karani. We just call it like legs up the wall. If you're not by the wall, your low back is on a pillow, hips higher than your heart. And you can roll out the ankles if that feels good. Fan out the toes. Create a little bit more space there. If you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. Let's take a few more full inhales, full exhale. When you're ready, you can let your feet return at any point to the ground. Maybe the eyes even start to close here, so you can draw inward even more as you start to slow things down, start to rest. And full breath in. Long exhale out. And if this feels like where you want to stay, you stay. If you'd like to take your bolster and slide it closer towards your heels, if your feet are on the ground, of course, you can. And then let that bolster land underneath the back of your legs, like near your hamstrings. So then your low back can lengthen towards the earth. Let the arms relax, let the toes soften, even the jaw features of your face. If you find your mind wandering, be gentle on yourself. Just bring it back to something within the four corners of your mat. And just allow your next breath in to expand. And then exhale. Find that sense of ease. Find a little more movement in your fingers and your toes. Allow your head to softly, gently rock side to side. And just start to bend your knees, and in your own time, you'll roll to your side and make your way to a seat. Sitting up nice and tall here, maybe even hands to your knees, or if you'd like, bring them together in front of your heart. And just maybe notice how you created a little more space physically in your body, a little more space to breathe, a little more space to just notice and become aware of things that maybe you didn't even notice before. Letting this practice always be a time where you can cultivate a little more kindness for yourself. So maybe that space or that awareness is just time for yourself and how important it can be.